This is Rocky, by the way, so rude of me. I was listening to this YouTuber named Monica, and I've only watched a couple other of her videos, but she's just being so transparent and authentic and talking about things that I think a lot of people need to hear. I'll link her video in my bio because I think she's great, but she was talking about being in your 20s and feeling like so behind in life because this is the only life you get, and there's so much pressure to that, and I can really resonate, especially in the past couple of years. And if I think about it, like, I kind of get sad. I'm like, dang, like, I'm not where I thought I was going to be. Like, all these people around here doing this, and I know comparison is the thief of joy and yada yada, but I still do it. We all still do it. But I think that's really how I've been feeling lately. I'm not even through the whole video, but just like feeling kind of stuck and kind of like I'm going backwards in some ways, but also forwards in others, because I guess the phrase healing isn't linear is very true, and lately I've been thinking, like, I wish I hadn't started healing, because now I can't ignore things the way I used to. I wasn't aware of things in the past, and now it's like crystal clear, so that's fun. Seasonal depression gang, where you at? I forgot I get sad, and I don't really think I've been this sad in a while. I think there's some things that are going on in my life that are like, I have to hold space for myself to grieve, because I'm a human being and I get sad about things. But I guess that's another thing too. I guess I forgot, like, how much space and time I have to give. You have to give yourself in order to grieve, and it doesn't matter what it is, like a person, a pet, a job, a relationship, even your young, like, even yourself, even like grieving for younger parts of me that, like, either didn't know any better or whatever the case. But yeah, I don't think it helps dealing with grief and also like seasonal depression. Yeah, so that's really fun. Just kidding, it's not. And it's also, I was also thinking, like I do have my friends and I do have people I can talk to about these kinds of things, but I feel like talking to people who are older than me sometimes doesn't help, because they don't understand, and nobody ever really understands you as much as you do, so that's good to know too. But I think older generations tend to just see younger generations as whatever, like entitled or spoiled or whatnot, but it's like, you didn't grow up, like, you didn't, like, I'm very lucky, okay? Let me just throw that out there. I'm very lucky. I'm very grateful. I think when you're dealing with depression and whatnot, it's hard to remember that you're grateful. Like, I have to remind myself. But it's hard when you try to go to someone older for help or whatever it is, and it's not always that they're invalidating your experience, but it's like, I guess I can't expect them to know, and I don't need them to know, but it is nice to hear her, like, going back to the YouTube video, like, talk about that, because so many people are, like, so depressed, and, like, I know it's a very serious thing, and it's not cute at all, and I hope that it's getting, like, I always, like, am very optimistic about mental health and just people being more aware of it and being more understanding of those who are going through something, or because everybody's going through something, whatever it is, you know, you really don't know what someone's going through. But I haven't finished my coffee yet. Oh, so is that a millennial thing? I don't know if I'm millennial or Gen Z or both. Somebody told me I was both, and I'm just kind of going with it because I don't really want to be a millennial. I think we can all understand why. But I feel like that's a millennial thing to be like, oh, don't talk. Like, I haven't had my coffee yet. Like, my brain isn't working. I haven't had my substance yet that makes my body sometimes so anxious, but it also wakes me up. Anyways, how are you guys? Also recently, I shared this with not too many people, but I had a weird experience, and it really caused me to question myself in a way, and like my YouTube in a way, because like this really is my dream job. Like, I love YouTube. I've been on it probably at too young of an age. Like, how old was I? I was probably like in middle school. Definitely too young. But yeah, I guess I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I want to be able to talk about. But I kind of know, like, I just want to talk about life. Like, I want to be myself, and I want to like talk about how shitty life can be, but also mental health. Like, there's just so many things. But anyways, I hope you guys are all doing well and taking care of yourselves, and giving yourself a break. Like, I think one thing that maybe older generations don't get, or younger like, it doesn't really matter. Like, one thing that, well, it does matter, but it doesn't matter what other people think, but one thing that I think separates everyone is affected by it now, but like, I feel like when you're growing up with it, it's different maybe. But when you like know every horrible thing that's going on in the world all the time, like, this person just died, and this country's at war, and America is crazy right now, and it's always been crazy, I guess, but I think it's not healthy, and it's really hard because for me, maybe, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but for me, it creates like a sense of hopelessness. Like, first of all, I'm already kind of depressed, I'm already kind of grieving, I'm already, you know, dealing with a lot of changes and trying to grow, and wishing I never started on this path in the first place. But it's just hard when you have all of this information. Anyways, I think all of this is getting to the point, all of this is coming to the conclusion that social media breaks are good. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to consider taking antidepressants. It's okay to not be where you thought you wanted to be. Because really life, like, from what I've learned, and I'm only 25, which I feel old, 25 I feel old, but it never happens the way you expected. It never happens the way you wanted it to even. It always happens in its own unique way. There's not, like, you can kind of just go along with the ride. Like, obviously you can, you know, you can only control so much. And you can only, like, feel sorry for yourself for so long. That's what I guess I'm hoping this video does, is take me out of, like, this hole that I've dug for myself, because it's getting really fucking old. Like, it's so old. I'm, like, so over it. But it's also like, should I like talk about this? Like, I question myself so much. I don't know if that's imposter syndrome. I haven't looked into imposter syndrome enough to know, but it seems like there's like literally a part of myself, and this is what she was talking about too, literally her brain, like all of our brains, that's what I have to remember too, is my body and my silly little brain are so used to this one, you know, these patterns, not this one pattern, but patterns, and I guess it makes sense in a way because it sees any kind of stride towards progress as a threat at some level. And I think I just have to remind myself of that, because it's uncomfortable, but it also goes against like what you're used to. I can't wait to finish watching that video. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. All I'm really trying to say is I don't know what's going on, and I don't think I'm ever going to know what's going on, and I can't really trust what my thoughts are. Like, I can't, and I've gotten kind of better at like not holding on to some thoughts, and not like over identifying with the feeling, and not letting my anxiety take me down this fun little spiral where I stay for however long it decides, or however long I let myself. But yeah, I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. It's really hard to take care of yourself, like, and I know that's a perspective. I know that, like, it's so hard too, because it is hard to take care of yourself, but also if you think it's hard, see, that's the thing. I feel like I'm in the middle of two different streams of thought, two different frames of mind, where it's like life is hard, and life is very difficult to work through, but also like I think it's just a balance. I think it's a balance of realizing like life is hard and really shitty sometimes, but it's also like beautiful, and it's also not horrible. It can be, but it can also be beautiful, and it's easy to remember that balance. And perspective is a big deal, because that's what I was saying. Like, is life hard? Yes. Does it have to stay that way? Not necessarily, but I guess it's not over. I think my mind, like, I tend to catastrophize, and like, I feel like my life is over. I'm 25. I didn't do enough. Like, all this evil is happening in the world, and I'm just sitting here and I can't do anything about it, because even if I could, it wouldn't matter. Like, that's really scary. That's a scary place to be. Anyways, I just admitted that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, internet. But also, I want to pick myself back up. I gotta pick myself back up and say, hey, you gotta get up, dude. Like, you can't stay down forever. Anyways, this video is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell, if you see this, I love you, and I eat there all the time. Love you guys. I hope you are all taking care of yourselves, and giving yourself space to grieve, and also celebrate, and be present. So, because another thing she was talking about was being present, and like and I'm just sharing this because I can relate a lot, but like when you hit those semi-big milestones in your life, and you don't really feel anything, and you feel kind of like really sad about it, it's like, what the heck? Like, I want to be content. Like, my ultimate goal is to be content and create a life that is meaningful to me, whatever that looks like. And that's just me, but I think when you put ramifications on yourself, and when you put like limits, and like, oh, like, once I get this job, I'll be happy, or once I get this apartment, I'll be happy, or once I find my life's purpose, I'll be happy. But I think it's important important to remember that in the present is where you find the temporary feeling of fullness and the contentment. It's also hard to be in the present when you're sad. Like it's hard to be like, okay, I'm cool with this. This is the present moment. I'm cool with it. I'm not gonna check out. I'm not gonna stuff my feelings. Like it's hard to be present in those moments where you're not happy. But it's also good to be present in those moments because, like, when I graduated college, I was very anxious. I was very depressed. I was like, dang, like it's over now, kind of, because now I get to work. Now I'm done with school, but like it was a big accomplishment, and I am proud of myself for it. But at the time, I was like, what the heck is going on? Like I thought I'd be happy. I thought I was gonna feel so relieved, and I felt the opposite of that. So. There is no point you can get to where you are content. And I think I have to remind myself to be okay with being wherever I am. And that's the challenge. But guess what? Life's full of challenges. And we're all gonna be okay. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for listening to my rants. I don't really know how I feel about this video in general. It's also 20 minutes long. I don't know how I feel about the long videos. Anyways, love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. And if you're feeling sad and depressed, you're not alone, and you're gonna make it through it. And that's what we all have to remember. Remember. Don't forget. Sorry, buddy. Make sure you like and comment if you enjoyed this video. And I will link Monica's video in the description box below. And follow me on Instagram. And you don't have to follow me on TikTok, but you can if you want to. And yeah. Have a beautiful day. I want to create something fun. Like I want to let me know if you guys have any suggestions, but for like, you know how people in their videos are like, oh, we have this thing we're going to talk about every week. I want to find a thing we can talk about whenever I post, like whatever it is, like your favorite song, my favorite song, our favorite food we ate, like a funny comment, whatever. It's up to you guys, whatever you want it to be. Lately, I've been loving soup, mostly because it's freaking winter, and I've been loving the Emergency Intercom podcast, and they talk about their media. So maybe Taco Bell will sponsor my next video. Maybe. Literally ask my entire family. Everybody knows this about me. I'm not, and okay, maybe I was a pick-me girl a little bit when I first started eating Taco Bell, which was in middle school. Maybe Taco Bell is a part of my personality. And maybe, just maybe, that's okay. Also, I love antique stores. I think that's what I love. I think if I could reincarnate to an inanimate object, I would be an entire antique store. I would be every antique store. I don't know how possible that is. But just the smell, all the old things, like it's so nostalgic. We're almost there. You want to say goodbye? Here, sit up. Sit up. Say goodbye, everyone. Rocky says goodbye. Thank you for starring in this video. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.